Hi everyone, today we're going to show you the basic deployment procedures for a Cenobot SP50 sweeper vacuum. First things first, we need to turn the robot on. To do that, we'll open the top cover here and you'll see that there is a key switch, on and off. There's a second switch on the robot that needs to be turned on. That's the battery disconnect here, and it has two positions, off and on. Make sure the robot is in the on position before starting. Anytime you need to move the robot from place to place, by pushing it, you need to depress the auto manual button here. You'll know that it's in the manual position when the light is blue. Once you have the robot to the floor that you're going to be cleaning, it's now time to deploy it. To do that, we're going to first select the map. In your case, you would select the floor that you're on. In this case, we are going to select showroom because that's the room that we're in, and we're going to hit confirm. So now that you've selected the map for the floor that you're on, you are going to select the cleaning mode, which we will have pre-programmed for you depending on which floor you're on. In this case, we're cleaning the showroom, so we have a favorite task that is called showroom clean. I simply select that task and then hit start. And okay. If you ever need to stop the robot in the middle of the clean to make any changes, simply press the emergency stop button. When you press the emergency stop button, it puts the robot into pause. You could then hit OK here, and that'll allow me to stop the clean and send the robot home. Just remember, you'll have to release the emergency stop in order to move the robot or to start a new cleaning task. Once the robot's task is complete, it's going to finish at the custom endpoint, which in your case is going to be by the elevator. This robot is able to be cleaned in a manual cleaning mode, meaning that you can use the robot like a typical push type vacuum cleaner. In this case, you're going to push the manual button, so the blue light is illuminated, and then you can simply say start cleaning. This is very helpful for cleaning areas where the robot won't clean on its own, like inside the elevator. Just remember, you have to have the robot on the floor that you wish to clean before selecting that floor's map. Let's talk about the basic elements of the SP50. First, the filter bag. To access the filter bag, it's what you should check every single day. You simply open up this compartment and the filter bag is located here. When the filter bag is full, you're going to need to replace it. To do so, you simply pull up on the tab and the filter bag is released. To load anew, put it into the dock, press it all the way down, and then it will load as soon as you close the door. You also have a filter back here. You can see this pleated filter. That needs to be changed out periodically, something you're probably not going to have to do as an operator. Again, your on and off key switch here. On the side of the robot, you'll see we have our charging port and battery disconnect. Down below, we have our debris hopper. Simply open the side compartment, remove the debris tray by lifting up on that lever. This is where the majority of the debris is going to be after your cleaning. Make sure that you empty this debris tray every single time you use the robot. In addition to the debris tray, there is also a mesh filter. This filter screen is going to block any large debris from making it past the hopper into the vacuum bag. So periodically you're going to need to take this out, I would say, each time you use the robot, and just make sure that there's no hair or lint collected on the debris tray. Simply reinsert and lock it in place. Last but not least, we have a brush roller. This brush roller is accessed using this thumb screw. Lift this lid. The brush is simply pulled straight out. You can then take some scissors or a knife and cut the hair and string that's going to collect on this brush. This should also be done daily. To reinsert the brush, you can see the drive end of the brush is going to be inserted first. I like to give it a little twist as I put it in. Once it's all the way installed, simply close the door and just snug the hand screw. It does not need to be overly tightened. Our debris hopper will go back in as such, and then close our compartment. You'll notice this strange little contraption on the back of the robot. This is actually a foot pedal so that you can raise the front of the robot to get over things like thresholds or curbs. So you simply put your foot on this pedal here and press down and sort of lift back on the robot at the same time. And that way you can get the front of the robot up and over a door threshold or a big bump. At the end of the day, you're gonna need to charge the robot so it's ready to be used tomorrow. To do that, we're gonna use this shelf charger here. We'll start with the charger unplugged from the wall, and we're going to plug the charger into the charging port first before applying power. To do that, we're going to have this button in the upper position and simply press it in until it clicks. And then we'll plug our charger into our wall outlet, and you'll usually hear the fan begin to run. That indicates that the charger is working. You'll also notice some lights on the side of the robot that indicate that it's in charging position. When disconnecting the robot from the charger, always disconnect the power from the charger first, so the charging is stopped, and then simply press down on the silver button at the top, pull straight out, and be sure to close the door.